Everyone, welcome to another episode of Independent Artists United Song Series. So happy to be joined again by Chris from Feen.
Thank you for
Welcome.
having me back, Scott. I feel like
Boy,
the joy of your show.
things are like really boring in Washington, D.C. these days.
Oh yeah.
Same
Nothing.
old, same old.
Yeah, nothing interesting happening here.
Let me get my head in some usually. Oh, there we go. Now we look like we're at the same. Um,
We're on the same
the
level.
latest. You know what? First of all, thank you. I just want to thank you because I am such a fan of how you've been building this song cycle and with this like continuing storyline that you touch base with here and there. And it's been such a joy to be following this um from the Rockford Files. That's when I,
Right.
became aware of you. And to follow this along the way because these songs just keep getting better and better and better. And you are like I feel like you're really, I mean, I hope this doesn't sound patronizing, but I really feel like you're coming into your own as a songwriter and as a vocalist. Like I really hear the confidence coming through with your vocals, the way you're turning out some of these lines, like. And and it's the greatest compliment I can give is that I get so jealous over, and I walk around my house going over under, it's gonna get torn asunder. My cats are like, what?
Oh, you should have seen my cat. My cat was yelling outside. I actually had a couple things I had to go and not use because Vesper, who's actually right over here. Yeah, I'm talking about you right now, buddy. Anyway, yeah, she was like outside the door of the closet where I record my vocals, and she was like,
Bad for
so yeah, no, over under. Here's the funny thing about the recording vocals on that. I went into my studio to do the vocals with my mind's going like, how would Tom Jones tackle this song? And then I came back the next day after listening to what I did, and I said, okay, how would Tom Jones take this down a couple notches? Because I overdid it. So I brought it down a
I
little
can't
bit.
believe that that's true. I
Oh
can't
no,
believe that that's possible.
I hit it hard. There were a couple of like screams in there a little bit.
Oh,
I
really?
oh yeah,
Oh.
no. The I
Oh
for
man.
those
I
types of
want
songs,
I want a
but
Delphine blooper reel.
oh you
That's
really
golden. That sounds like,
oh yeah, there's
that's right up there. I could see that right next to, being up there with Will Ferrell, let the boy watch, you know.
well, thank you very much for your compliments. And I gotta say, I love your voice. And whenever I listen to you, especially that new song "Home," I love that interview you had
Oh,
with
thanks. Oh, with Burnt
where
Log, yeah. Yeah.
that was a great interview, and I like as soon as like he started talking about Under Pressure, I got it. I was like, oh wow, no, I now I hear that,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I appreciated that song even more after that. It was because I already liked the song, but then I got some background on it. I was like,
Oh,
yes,
I'm glad you felt that way because, you never know what level of self-indulgence will be will feed into the brains of other people as well.
it's a great song, and
Yeah,
it gets
thanks.
better
Well,
each time I hear it too. So it's a lot of like there's
yeah,
a
I
lot.
mean, he's sometime I'll send you what I started with and the fact that I mean, he's so creative. He's really such a creative songwriter. I mean, what my simple idea and where he went with it was like astounding.
He's been really supportive of me too. Like I've
Oh
he's
yeah,
been yeah, he contacts me every now and then, and I it's always like supportive
yeah,
and encouraging. I appreciate that. He's a cool guy. I like him.
yeah. He really is. He really is. Um, but okay, so you do overdo it here and there. All right. And
I
was that from
overdo
the very start, or is overdoing
yeah.
it like a new thing?
Well, I overdoing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I
Because
always like,
when I went back in time, because I just listened to all your singles, by the way, coming up this. So I went back, at least back to The Visitor, and it was a, it was a mellower Chris back then,
I wanted to
vocally.
like have it subdued, but I actually did like, but I wanted to let the I didn't know how to use the microphones. I'm learning how to do all the studio
Yeah.
stuff on the fly because I wanted to do this you know, this project, but I
Yeah.
need to go and do everything. So I'm learning how to do all this myself.
Mhm.
So I'm getting better at that.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And
Well, I
honestly,
mean, you totally can hear it. Yeah.
with Over Under, I actually like that. I actually, that was like one of the easier things. That's like the most stripped down as far as production goes because I couldn't, that was just like guitar, bass, drums, one vocal track. And
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
just one vocal track. I was like, this is gonna be stripped down, and I kept like the clean sound of the guitar with a little bit of just made it a little hot, and let the guitar, the bass do all. And when he came in to do his bass lines, just do that all the growl. So that was all the aggressiveness was from that and my vocals. And I
Yeah.
let the
Yeah.
guitar just be subtle about it.
Wow. That's amazing because it has that song has such impact, and yeah, I wouldn't think that it would be. I mean, all of it is, it's like a kind of a stripped down sound, but I would have expected that more labor went into it because it just was
Oh,
so
it's a lot of
cool.
work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but I kept this one purposefully. I didn't. I liked the way it sounded. I just wanted to like keep it simple on this one.
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't need like to have like backup vocals like I needed on Pencils because
Mm.
that one just my voice. I need to have like the backup vocals there to bring the home the point because you had like that voice there, and then I had to go and like have the backup vocals to like say to
Yeah.
just things around and say like, oh, here's the conflict.
Yeah, and I love that song. And I didn't I don't think I had you on for that song either, so I have to
No,
gush
no, it's
about
yeah,
that song too because that's one of my favorite. I got like favorite lines of yours in every song, and I so appreciate that too because I like this is like me with the albums as a little kid, and there's those lines where like, yeah, and that's the thing with pencils. it's just it's just brilliant right off the bat. That's the thing with pencils.
yeah. No,
I just love it.
I based that character who I'm singing about off a real person, but I fictionalized him. You ever heard of Armand Hammer?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I based it off of him.
Okay.
Back in the 1920s, when he went to the Soviet Union to make his fortune, doing trading with the Soviet Union, just like doing raw materials and such, he started a pencil company because they need pencils. It was the A Hammer Pencil Company, and they were so good.
Wow. Okay.
He had like the best pencils in the Soviet Union, and then Stalin made sure that, or his people like made sure they bought him out and rebranded it the Sacco and Vanzetti Pencil Company. But
Oh.
yeah, but in our timeline, uh, this will be in like a video we release in the next couple weeks. A dossier on our guy Arnold Mallet, and
Okay.
yeah, and he and his pencil company is the
Mallet.
Polizhnaya. Yeah, I'm creative. Uh, yeah, he did the Polizhnaya pencil company. So that's in our timeline. It's the Polizhnaya pencil company, which means useful, and that's going to come
Ah,
back later
okay.
too. I'm setting the groundwork for the next song cycle after Capitals is done, which will be next year sometime.
Exciting. Exciting. Um, and now I was trying to think of my favorite line from Bravo, which I love that chorus too, but I think I told it to you before. It's something like it's about here, oh oh shoot. Something something about here we go again or something, but this
Oh
time
yeah,
I brought a friend.
bad
Something about
decisions once
fuck it up
again.
again. Oh
At least
yeah,
this
bad
time I brought a
decision.
friend.
That's right. Bad decision once again. This
Yeah,
time
I'm
I
glad you
brought
brought
a
Bravo
friend.
because I meant to have over under be a contrast to Bravo, where that song was about two people uh doing something like I based that song off of Holidays in the Sun, with the Sex Pistols song,
Okay.
especially applying a holiday in other people's misery, because these two people, they don't need to drive through East Germany to go. They could have taken a plane or a train. They could have made it safe, made it easy for themselves, but they said, no, let's go see what this looks like when we go through, when we just drive through on there.
Yeah.
And it's about them, like this guy regretting this decision, even though nothing bad happens, but it's about that fear that something bad could happen and dealing with the fact that you made a bad decision for shits and giggles. Now we have over under. We have our East German couple from the party,
Mhm.
and they get a chance to go across the border. They've come into possession of two Swiss passports. Are they real? Are they not? We'll find out later. But the point is that they have a very narrow window of time to go do this. You know, all the other avenues are closed to them. They can't go over the wall. They can't go to use the tunnels that are blocked off in the subway. So they have to go through. I mean, they have their chance. And I based that off a real story of someone who used a Swiss passport to get through. And he knew he was going to be afraid to go through and deal with the border control people. So he channeled that fear into just being snooty around them.
Mm.
And he just shut up and just like, and they just took it like, oh, look at this Swiss guy being all snooty, thinks he's better than us, and they just let him go through. He has just put on those Western looking clothes, went through, and that's how he got to the West.
I've heard that's a thing with Swiss people, actually.
I don't know for certain.
I
I
don't
mean,
know for certain, but I've heard things.
I'm not gonna make heads. I have friends who are Swiss who are very, very wonderful, warm people. So I got nothing against the Swiss.
I thought
In
of you.
fact, I gotta say, most of my listeners are in Switzerland right now. So I love you, Switzerland. Ich liebe
Really?
dich, Switzerland.
Hey, wonderful.
My God, oh my God, what's the fireworks going off behind me?
I guess you did. I wonder if I can do that too. I don't think I have. I don't think I have the latest edition that you need.
It's a
Or
thing.
no,
I
man.
love
Well,
you.
I have the
I
thing.
love you. Come on. Victory now and our peace in our time. No, it
Yeah.
doesn't work. Just that weird thing happened
Really,
now.
Switzerland? Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, no, I don't know what it is. It's like it's got a few people like in the Zurich area, down to like Interlaken, couple people in Bern. No one in Stad though, which makes me sad. I was kind of hoping that the G is silent would get me a couple people in Stad listening, but that's not the case.
Now you're making me curious. I'm looking for my top countries app. United States. Who cares? Wait a second. The last 28 days, though, my biggest city is Zurich. What's going on here?
Oh no. Oh, maybe.
Maybe they're fans of us both.
Well, I mean, yeah,
I like
we
that.
do have a lot of overlap.
Yeah, I'm by far the United
I
States,
get
and then
your fans.
Germany is second.
You're like a few thousand. I'm like 60.
Oh,
So I'm getting your fans.
oh,
And I
good.
want to thank your fans.
Yeah. Well, I got mine from somewhere else for sure. um. So, all right. So you got one more single in this. That's
No, we
capital.
got a few more singles in the Capitals thing. It's going to be going on for the next. We're only getting the story's only getting started. It's only starting to get good
Oh,
because
okay.
we got conflict from pencils because that thing is these people are in and we're starting to get the two stories from like this people from the party and our diplomat dude. They're going to start meeting up soon. Things are about to happen.
Wow.
Because you got like you got these two people and you got the attaché and Arnold Mallet, and whatever the heck he's doing.
I was going to mention now, is this the, and then eventually, um, Arm& Hammer is have this grandson that's the
Oh yeah,
sexual
that's
predator slash cannibal.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I changed the name, because I just don't need to like be you know, I don't need that drama in my life. Like Army Hammer, I have nothing against you. That's why I changed your great grandpa's name. Don't come after me, please.
It's amazing how some of these people just can't resist fucking things up for themselves. I mean, this guy, coming from money, first of all, then he's like as good looking as you can get. You could be different kinds of good looking, but I mean, you couldn't really improve on Army Hammer. And then he's, just building on this movie career, but couldn't help himself.
Yeah, it's but hey, we got that guy from Top Gun who played Hangman. You see the Top Gun Maverick?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay, the guy who played Hangman. That's the
yeah.
new Army. Yeah, we don't need
Oh,
Army
that's in
Hammer.
here. I don't know
Yeah,
what it is
the
about
guy
that
was
guy that
really
bugs me. I don't know what it is about that guy that bugs me.
it's
He's
Murph.
the guy at the cocktail party that bugs me. That
Oh
from
yeah,
your
no.
the theme from the attaché, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I get that. No, he excels at that. If there was a movie version of this, I'd want that guy to be the attaché. That's the guy. Like because you look at him and go like that smirk, you're like, man, no. But he does that. He does that Ghost character so well, and so I can't hate him as a person just yet because I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I'm just making things up. Yeah,
Oh yeah, but I get that it's off-putting, but he does it so well. It's a good character.
yeah. Um, Now talk about the creative process with Over Under, how that one came about. And I can't remember if you're writing these songs like as you go, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I have an outline for where the story is going,
Yeah,
and I knew I was going to get these people out, but I didn't know exactly how or what the urgency was going to be. And when I got this music, then I started writing the lyrics, and I wanted to have an urgency to that. That's why the first verse is so short. You have that intro there, and give you those first few lines.
yeah,
You drop something. Yeah, the hell I did, but Swiss passports, and he gives me a wink. I guess our evening plans have changed, and then you go into the chorus. So it's just like like your day contains like that with new things going on, and
yeah.
this. So I wanted to convey that abruptness to the listener.
And
So
it's an interesting choice of words that you said. I got this music. And how does that happen exactly?
sometimes in this case it
Yeah,
was just noodling around the guitar, and I just got a riff, and I'm like, and then the rest of it just showed up just with me just going nuts for a few minutes, and then yeah, that the music came about really quickly. Like we're talking
yeah.
like attaché quickly. So that was the easy part, and then like another few days to get the lyrics.
And this process of like songwriting, or when a music like that comes to you, I find it interesting how people describe it, because like you say, I got the music. It sounds like a download, or it's coming from the universe through you, or and does it feel like that to you? Because you could say, of course, well, I wrote the music, but instead it was like I got it. I got the
Yeah,
music.
yeah, no,
Like
it happens. You gotta
yeah,
go with the flow on this.
yeah, yeah,
And sometimes that flow doesn't happen, and you just gotta like let that music sort of sit there, and it'll come to you. You know, you gotta you can't rush these things,
yeah,
but you gotta go if it starts rushing you. Yeah, go with it. You gotta chase after it, especially
yeah.
when you got yourself on self imposed deadlines like I do.
And you're very strict with yourself.
I am.
You shall
This
be
one,
punished.
uh, yeah, it's. I'll just like talk myself down if I don't. It's just,
Shame yourself.
I'll shame myself. Like, man, you really messed up. You should have had another song out this week. Like, yeah, you're right. And so yeah, so but it works out, and hopefully, and we'll have another song in August sometime. I'm gonna like I actually got waylaid a little bit because I got some food poisoning, but that's neither here nor there. So
Oh
that's a
man.
week.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not fun. Yeah. I think it was just a bad sandwich. So it's fine now. Everything's fine now. It's
And
but yeah.
and you didn't decide to write I'm just thinking because when I got COVID, I decided to do a COVID EP. So because I had my voice went down to like yours pretty much. I went like my voice went like two whole tones lower, and I'm like, I have to record something.
No, I couldn't do that. I was just like I had like to go and I could barely get out of bed to go and do send some instrumental tracks to my friend who wanted to use my some songs for promos for her book. And so yeah, that took a lot of effort to go do that. So yeah, no, I wasn't very creative at all. I was like the cat was like, can I sit on your stomach? No, no, please no. I actually thought it was gallstones. It was that
Oh
bad because like
yeah.
it started in the back and it like went to the front. I thought it was something really horrible, but I'm fine now.
I think I had gallstones once.
How was that? Well, how'd that feel?
Um,
Just so I know for the
well, it was
future.
mixed with a lot of drug use at the time, so I think that took the edge off.
It usually does. Drugs are great like that. I gotta tell you. That's why people do them.
Very effective. Yeah.
Kids don't do drugs. Don't do drugs. Don't
No.
unless you want to be really cool.
Yeah.
Don't.
Unless you want to achieve legend status, don't do them.
Kids, be quite honest. Drugs are a time waster. Don't do them. You're gonna regret some of the time that you spent doing drugs. You could have used it for something else. It's a whole thing. People are gonna worry about you. You don't want this. You don't want that mess in your life. Trust me on this.
You know what I'm always impressed with is if I meet a I'm in recovery. It's like no secret.
Right?
You know, I was a drug addict, horrible drug addict. But when I see people, I meet people in recovery, I meet other drug addicts and stuff that are covered in tattoos. And I always think like I could never spend money on a tattoo. I would just spend it on more drugs, you know. I don't understand how you get money for a tattoo. If you're a drug addict, it usually just goes straight to the drugs. At least that was my policy.
Yeah, you think that I've never had the guts to actually ask that of so I'm baffled like you are, sir.
Oh,
I can't see myself doing that. It's like I know for a fact that I couldn't when I did drugs, I couldn't do that. But yeah, I'm just glad I stopped.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Um, how are you feeling about the song cycle? Like, do you recognize what I'm saying? Like you're getting better and better at this, the vocals and the kind of swagger that you're putting out there with your vocal stylings. Can you
so
recognize
yes,
that?
I'm recognizing that because it's every single new band you gotta find your flow,
Yeah.
and I'm starting to, but I'm also like, have to keep it to you have to remember, and that I have to keep myself grounded and productive. I can't.
Mm.
I'm trying to not like look on things like uh look back too much, except for to think that maybe I should remix a few of the early singles to make them sound better. Because
Mm.
now that my workflow is better, I can remix some of these songs, especially the Rockford Files. I don't
Mm.
like how that came out. I love the song, I love it, but I got to go and remix and remaster that because it does not sound the way it could sound. In fact, I
I
know it's better.
yeah. Are you gonna put them all on a album finally? I
Yes,
mean, maybe you could
eventually.
remaster them. Yeah.
And until then, the playlist on Spotify is going to have to suffice. And I'm so glad I could finally put the party where it's supposed to be, not at the end, sort of like deal with it later, but in its slot in 1981. So that may be good. That may feel good about that.
I will tell you this tidbit of a factual tidbit about Spotify, because I learned this from the great James K. Ultra, um, of Pain in the Ass. Uh, and you may know this, but I never knew this. You can remix a song, and as long as it's the same exact length, you can keep the ISRC number and add to your streams, so you don't have to start from zero again.
Sounds great. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I'll
yeah, yeah,
yeah, no, definitely I'm going that I'll look into doing that. I did not know that. There's so many
yeah.
the things I don't know about Spotify are it's just too much I don't know about Spotify.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I know is that it comes from James, because he's actually the guy that will like sit there and read the blogs about these things and stuff like that. He's got he's got an encyclopedic knowledge of these things. So I just like glean what I can here and there. But that was a
Right.
good one, I think. Not everyone knows about that one.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Anything I can use to help me out is great.
Although
I have
there's a strange caveat to that I just found out, because I have this album coming out next month. If you if it's a collaboration between you and another artist and you want to put it on an album later,
right.
you have to be the one that um sent it to the distributor
Oh,
through your account, in order to keep the ISRC and the numbers. Because I did this collaboration with Chronic Dream, Untrue, and it just sounded great with the other songs, and I wanted to put it on the album, and then I ran into some trouble there, because it was Chronic Dream that uploaded it, and so I couldn't keep the same ISRC. Although I'm still trying to fix that, but that's a problem that can occur.
oh, okay.
The ins and outs.
So so what else has happened? Back to over under.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song I really am proud of my vocal delivery on that one because I took a lot of shit that did not rhyme. I took a ton of stuff that did not rhyme and I made it work. That first verse does not rhyme. It does not. You get to the chorus, fine. There's rhymes there, but I'm very impressed that I was able to like take those lines and string them together in a percussive way that it just like it works. I
And
was very
now
surprised.
you have to recite the lines for us now after that build up.
Oh, okay. Well, can I get the lyrics out? Let me read them from
Yeah,
my
yeah,
phone.
yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Over under. There it is. You dropped something. Yeah, the hell I did. But it's Swiss passports. And he gives me a wink. I guess our evening plans have changed. Over under. We're gonna get torn asunder. But if we play it cool, we'll walk right through. Yes, it's hasty, but spontaneity is exactly what this needs. So shots, grab your coat. The one that looks the most like Western sickness. I kind of weird about that line there, but it's the best thing I could come up with. I just got a
No,
little
that's
there.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah.
The second line is this second verse is all about them like learning their new identities so they don't just memorizing their stuff. So
So
it's
I don't mess up, man.
they call me Ulf Schroeder. Your name is Wilma. Both of us born on the 3rd December in 54 and 3 respectively. We come from Davos but live in Zurich. Brown hair, brown eyes. These pics are a close match. I teach physics. You're an architect. And we go, over under. We're going to get towards Sunder, but if we play through, we can walk right through. Yes, it's hasty, but please wait later to debate me. If this all goes wrong, you can say you knew all along this would never work. We promised each other one day we'd leave. That it's today also surprises me. It's tough going with just the clothing on your back. Is the grass really greener? We're going to find that out. And then we go back to the chorus again. We're going to get torn asunder, walk right through. Yeah, it's hasty, but spontaneity that was this needs. So shots, grab your coat and nothing else. Over under. And then you get that thing at the end of the line is yes, it's hasty, but spontaneity exactly what this needs. So my darling dear, please grab your coat.
It's so good. This is why I'm such a fan of you as as an artist and just as a character in the musical community because yeah, well, I will always be a fan of the brain that came up with I'm all Ulf Schroeder.
Ulf is one of my favorite German names. I had to use it somewhere. There's this I think it's ZDF correspondent. His name is Ulf Roller, and I couldn't use. Yeah, I couldn't use Roller. I was just like that'd be a little too on the nose because I don't know, Ulf Roller giving me like his English is very good. He could contact me and say like, why using my name? Get my name out your mouth. You know, so I just like
I'm pretty sure you could line up 10,000 people and say, come up with a German name for this song, and none of them would come up with Ulf Schroeder. So that this is the unique brain that you have that I'm a fan of.
Ulf is a great name. I love the name Ulf. It's got oomph.
It does have oomph, yeah.
ULF. That's it. Ulf.
Yeah.
And I gotta find out if there's like an Ulf Utz out there because that would be perfect. And those parents are probably just savages if they named their kid Ulf Utz. Yeah, I want to say
You know,
thank you.
speaking of Germans, well, I could say a lot about Germans at this point, but I had dinner with Richard Crispa of Rammstein. I went to
Oh,
see
how do you know?
Rammstein then he took me out to dinner. I felt, like a star,
Right on.
Yeah. And yeah, but I think there's going to be a big break with Rammstein here. Seems like.
Oh, yeah, that news tough.
Yeah.
It's
But it's like I've seen this show that they're doing like 3 times, and it's just the kind of thing of like, where do you go from there kind of show? So I think all they can do is just take a big time out. I
I
think
think.
that's what's gonna happen. Yeah.
By the way, I want to say I love your show. I love how you're a booster for all of us people who are trying to like get noticed. I appreciate that. You do and you do
Oh,
great interviews. And
oh, thanks.
I've gotten like some good recommendations from you just by getting to know these other artists
Oh
who are
yeah.
on your
Oh, cool. Well, I'm so happy about
yeah,
that.
so
I always feel like I should have a more, that I should go for more and more bands, but I'll also selfishly like I want to keep coming back and talking to you because I love talking to you and I love this whole thing. And I have that with, probably like 10 people. I just can't resist. I keep having them back and back and back because it's wonderful that friendships form, and it's just great to support each other. So that was always the idea of doing this. So I'm happy that it's ended up that way in any small way.
yeah, no, you got a reputation as a booster. You lift people up, and that's
Yeah,
appreciated.
well, that's what I want to do. Yeah, that's what I want to do. Yeah, I've had
And
a lot
so
of people do that for me.
yeah, and
So
you're doing it for me. So I'm on your team, man. I love your music, and I think you're a great guy. I like you're a good interviewer, and I enjoy watching your other interviews. I don't just sit back and watch me on your show. I watch the other
well,
ones.
well, thank you so much, man. And now, actually, at this point, we'll end on that high note because I'm gonna get cut off from my half hour of Zoom. But so what is the next actually I have to I'm going to find out what's next, but first I have to tell you I thought of you this morning because I had I'm a health coach. I was training this woman in a park in Denmark, and I see this little house in these in this park and like in this garden area, and I said, oh look, it's a little fairy house, and I was thinking about the she's like, I think that's just a disguised rat trap, but I thought, wow, I'm just so happy that I have that I'm the kind of person that sees a fairy house, and not a rat trap. But what's the next thing for Davey?
We're gonna have another single, and it's gonna sound a little different. That's all I can say right now. I have not gotten the
Ah,
title for it yet, but it's gonna sound a little different. It's gonna be out probably sometime in August, not beginning of August, probably in like the second week, third week. Yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah, no,
Exciting.
it's the music is done. I gotta go put my vocals on it, but yeah, it's gonna be a little different. So you know, you'll hear it when it's done.
Interesting. Ah, I'm
Yeah.
very intrigued by that.
Like we've got conflict. Like we get like after at the end of Pencils, our
Yeah.
diplomat dude, he was
Mm,
all kinds of in trouble because he knew that because of this meeting, it was a setup for him and his staff.
mm.
So there's going to be more conflict there. So how he gets out of that or how he deals with that is going to come out here. And we're going to go and get these East German refugees in the mix in the next few songs as well, because they factor into this whole plan as well. And you're going to find out that
Timely.
yeah, you're going to find out our villains aren't necessarily as terrible as there's maybe some good intentions there too,
Mm.
but
Yeah.
they're all
It's rarely black and white in life.
yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'm being cagey, but
I like it. I like the caginess. That's drawing me in. I'm
right on.
eager. I'm eagerly await mid-August. And well, I hope you're keeping cool there in Washington D.C. And
Air conditioning's on high.
yeah, and just plugging your ears and la 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 and stay in your own world.
Yeah, it's difficult, but I got people around me who I love and love me back. So
Yeah,
this is it's
that's
that's all.
everything. That's everything. All right, man. Thank you so
Take it.
much. Talk to you soon, Chris.
All right.